Hi, everybody. Mark Smith here. A little video update for you from the shop floor at Smith Performance. This week's email, I really do feel strongly about. It's one of those things that I hear over and over that from rookies to pros, when it comes to car building, we have this wonderful product that turns cars into trucks. It's easy to build. It can be made into a $50,000 show car, or it can be done for 4 or 5 grand, right? And it spreads across everybody. But there's one thing that is different about this one. It's that, like most car projects, you can do the mechanical work. Most people can take cylinder heads off of a car. Most people can take an engine out of a car or replace a transmission. It can be a challenge, but it's a mechanical thing, and there's millions of men and women that can do that kind of work, right? And in this case, if you imagined, something like a Factory 5 Cobra, my beloved Factory 5, a lot of people, and there's an email at the end of this. There's an email. There's a note in an email at the bottom of this uh, uh, email of mine that I'm saying to you, this video mail. And it is going to show you kind of the thought process of a customer, Paul, who explained to me after one of my videos where I was teaching people how to paint, which I'm going to do, by the way. Uh, I've relearned the fact that paint, the sanding and the painting, can really be a barrier to people saying, I'm going to just do this project. Look, they can bolt the bed together, they can cut the car in half. If you can't do general maintenance on a car, you probably shouldn't do this anyway. So we don't worry about those guys. But the men and women that are able to cut the car, put the bed together, do all these things on automobiles, whether it's a cylinder head or a timing belt, some of you have this wall in your learning when it comes to sanding and painting. And I've been talking about it for a few weeks on my live broadcast on my Facebook page with Smith Performance. That link's at the bottom as well if you want to follow along at 8:30 in the morning. I talk life and cars, and we have a lot of fun in the mornings. But taking the mechanical skills you have and translating them into skills in body work for some people, and those of you that know how to paint know how easy it is to paint these days. But if you do have this barrier like Paul did, and I'll let him speak in his note at the bottom more eloquently than I am, because he's capturing it from a visceral customer perspective. We have the project that can be the transition from your mechanical work into at least knowing how to do basic body work. You guys know that I'm very, very biased toward cars that you drive. So if you get a chip in your car, it doesn't ruin your day. Smith Ute started as, it's not a budget product, but it's a product that you can use and not freak out if something, a rock chip or anything happens to the car. You're going to fix it. You're going to move on. You're going to keep driving while being able to go to a Cars and Coffee and have a ball, right? So sanding and paint is this mysterious barrier for a lot of you. I'm committing this summer to I'm literally, there's a lot of videos out there that'll teach you on YouTube how to paint a car. Uh, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to show you how to do a car that does not cost you 5 grand to paint. You can do one piece at a time. I'm going to sand it with you. I'm going to prime it. I'm going to sand the primer with you. I'm going to show you the sandpaper, the Harbor Freight cheap stuff you can buy that gets it done, the little cheap compressor you can buy at Harbor Freight. I'm going to go through every single thing you need. And I was talking to Cooper about even making test fiberglass panels that you can use. I'll send you for 20 or 50 bucks or whatever, so that when you look at the video, you can actually try it out on a piece of fiberglass that's just like what you would get in the kit. And so if you're nervous about that stage, I want to set it up where, dude, call me, 50 bucks. I'm going to get a piece of fiberglass in your hands. You're going to go to Harbor Freight. You're going to buy all the stuff I tell you to buy. You're going to go to Amazon and get a couple of quarts of the products we use, which are so easy to use these days. Those of you that have painted cars 30 years ago, wait till you see how easy it is to use these new products. They're amazing. But basically, anybody that can cook a batch of chocolate chip cookies and measure things can paint a car. My favorite way is in pieces, and then I put all the pieces back together, and you might have a few little things to repair, but while you're repairing it, you can be driving, right? That's my favorite way to do a shop truck. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you guys some of that. So, end of the email. Paul's email was written to me with heart. I asked him for permission to share it. I'm throwing it at the bottom, but it's basically a story of a Factory 5 customer of mine from the old days who built the car and then was just stopped with the bodywork and paint. And these Factory 5s now are, from $20 to $100,000 these days, right? Remember, disclaimer, I sold Factory 5 to my brother Dave in 2014. I don't have anything to do with Factory 5 anymore, but I still love my beloved Factory 5, right? So Paul bought a Beetle Ute, and it gave him the confidence to just dive in and learn how to paint cars. He's going to follow with me as I do the videos, and that's going to give him the confidence to go ahead and paint his FFR kit car, his Factory 5 kit car, which obviously has a little more on the line, right? It's more of a $50,000-$100,000 car when you're done these Factory 5s. So the original idea was to just show people how to paint, but Paul's email triggered this video just saying, look, I'm going to walk you through. If you want a car that's going to be shiny, that you're going to be proud of, that you're not embarrassed about, and it's only going to be, if you spend more than 40 or 50 hours painting this car, I'm going to be blown away. I'm going to show you how to do it fast and good as a rookie. So follow along if you can. I'll be doing it on YouTube, but follow these emails. When you see an email from me or from Cooper, we'll always have a little tidbit on the progress we're making on the how-to videos. I've got 2 chargers I'm building in-house, finishing up this month. I've got a 300 that I'm building. I've got another charger that I'm doing this summer. So there'll be lots of reasons why you can watch the content on YouTube to learn if there's any one thing that's stopping you in this project. Maybe it's cutting the car. I'm going to show you how to do that, right? Go through the videos, enjoy the process, but more importantly, I'm going to be focusing this summer on paint and how you can actually get a really good looking car for not a lot of money. Leave the 5,000 paint jobs behind. By the way, if you want a $5,000 paint job, go to it. I'm very aware that I'm a shop truck guy when I build a car, and there are various levels of finish. I see $50,000 Smith Performance cars out there now too. You've seen some of these Hellcats and wide body Chargers and Beetles like Chris Kingston makes that are just to die for. So obviously there are a lot of you building beautiful, beautiful cars. My efforts though isn't really to teach those guys how to build cars. They already know. My efforts this summer are going to be to teach people when they're learning at the beginning. They're already good with cars. They might be 60, 80, 90 years old. Doesn't matter. I'm going to get in here and say, look, it's not that hard. Give it a try. It's worth giving it a try just for the satisfaction of saying, not only did you bolt it together, but you painted it too. If you can afford to go and have somebody paint it, by all means, uh, have somebody else paint it. It is a lot of work to paint a car, but it's also a lot of fun. So I'll catch up with you guys next email. You guys can thank Cooper for getting me to do this video because it really is a fun message to send out. But check out the bottom of this email for Paul's note. You'll really get a kick out of it. Like I said, I asked him for permission. He said fine. So have a great day, you guys, and talk to you soon.